Hi everyone. So, I'm going to share some tips for explaining complex scientific concepts to non scientific audiences. So, there are seven main things that you need to consider while explaining your scientific concepts to non scientific audiences. So, first is know your audience. So, before you start preparing your message, you need to consider who your audience is and what they already know, need, and expect from you. So, you can use different strategies to assess your audience, such as surveys, interviews, feedbacks, or observation. So, based on your analysis, you can tailor your content, language, tone, and format to suit their level of understanding. For example, you can use analogies, examples, stories, or visuals that relate to the background and experience or text context. Yes. So, second is define your purpose. Another important step is to define the purpose of your communication and the main message you want to convey. So, you need to have a clear and specific goal that guides you and your choice of information, arguments, and evidence. So, you also need to have a clear, concise thesis statement or main idea that summarizes your message and captures your audience's attention. So, I can give you an example. You can use a question or a problem or a solution as your thesis statement. Yeah. So, third is simplifying your language. One of the most common barriers to effective communication of complex scientific concepts is the use of jargon, technical terms, acronyms, or abbreviations that may confuse your audience. So, you need to simplify your language and use very plain and common words that your audience can easily understand and remember. You can also use definitions, explanations, or synonyms to clarify any unfamiliar terms or concepts. So, fourth is organize your content. Another way to make your complex scientific concepts easier to follow and comprehend is to organize your content in a logical and coherent way. So, you need to have a clear structure that includes introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So, you also need to use transitions, headings, and subheadings to connect your ideas or guide your audience through your message. Okay, for example, you can use the words like first or second, or then next, finally, or therefore to indicate the sequence or the relationship of your points. Then, fifth is that you must use visuals and examples. So, a picture is worth a thousand words. Agree or not? Yeah. Especially when it comes to explaining complex scientific concepts. So, you can use visuals such as graphs, charts, diagrams, images, or videos to illustrate, demonstrate, or simplify your concepts. You can also use examples such as analogies, metaphors, stories, or scenarios to make your concept more concrete, relevant, or relatable. For example, you can use a balloon to explain how the lungs work, or a car to explain how the heart pumps the blood. Yeah. So, sixth is engage your audience. Finally, you need to engage your audience and make them interested and curious about your complex scientific concept. You can use various techniques to achieve this, such as asking questions, inviting feedback, using humor, telling stories, or showing enthusiasm. For example, you can use such kind of question like, "Did you know that?" or surprising back like, "The human brain weighs only 3 pounds but consumes 20% of the body's energy." And seventh is that here what else to consider. This is a space to share examples or stories or insights that don't fit into any previous sections. What else would you like to add? Those things would be added. So make sure all your content is organized and well rehearsed so that your audience will understand whatever the subject is. That is important for you who is presenting your audience with concise and accurate information. Obviously, simplifying scientific words and acronyms that might be mouthful to your audience, and by explaining to your investors in a clear, concise way that everyone understands is the main goal. So take a moment to sit down and plan out the main message and takeaways you would like your audience to have before creating your presentation or work. So this will help you to stay focused and track without becoming too technical. So whatever you are showing or explaining it to your audience, you need to have a clear and accurate statement that describes to your audience a clear specific goal on whatever subject or program may be. So the best way to explain a topic that's not the audience's expertise is by making the language simpler and easier to understand. Using examples that are relevant to the audience will make it more easier for them to understand and appreciate. So involving the audience by asking them questions and encouraging them to ask questions will make the session interactive and interesting, not boring. I hope this video helps sharing you some of the tips that I have experienced so far in my career. So let me know in the comment section what do you think.